Hello there, it's Nooch. And Commander E has been in Nooch's Discord last few days, really issuing a challenge. How much damage output can you get from Redbeard? And Nooch has accepted the challenge. And let's take a look at what Nooch did to put out a lot of damage from Redbeard. Okay, so first we're going to take a look at some of Commander E's screenshots from Discord here. You can see he did a 25,000 shot there, 25,192, and these are his Redbeard damage, 30,467. He's really getting a lot of damage output out of him, and 30,672. Let's talk about the strategy, how it works, what goes down, and what Nooch did with his Redbeard challenge to add about 10% damage to what Commander E was pulling off there. So first of all, these are all maxed characters, so we're going to be using, we'll show them in a second, but before we get into that, it's Megisto's Tower. And there are two main abilities in Megisto's Tower that you've got. You have the Pulse of Magic, where you're going to be using Megisto, and whenever a magical hero uses a special ability, allies have a 30% chance to gain one stack of enchantments. So if we're using Megisto and Wu, when they use a special ability, you got that 30% chance. But whenever a magical hero uses a non-attack ability, allies with one stack of enchantment gain one stack of enchantment. So if Megisto uses his heal, Wu uses his heal, Wu uses his ultimate, those are non-attack abilities. You're adding enchantment, and that enchantment is really important to this battle to stack up and do maximum damage with Redbeard. Here's the other ability in Megisto's Tower that we're going to use. Your heroes have a 40% chance to start battle with one stack of enchantment, and when a hero with a stack of enchantment attacks, they have a 45% chance to do 70% bonus damage to the target foe, and this clears one stack of enchantment. That bonus damage is where all this damage is going to come in, and to be fair to Commander E, he said he's only got this to 60%, Nooch has it at 70%. So we're able to squeeze a little more damage there. We also went a little bit lower on the Monolith Waste, all the way down to the very first node, and that's where we got our damage, and we'll show you in a second. One note here, you've got the second ability of Megisto's Tower is a counterattack, where they can counterattack and they burn a stack of enchantment. Don't upgrade that. You don't want counterattack, and that's even true in Arena. You don't want them to use that counterattack or that enchantment for counterattacks. You want them to use it for bonus on their attacks. You want them to use it. You want them to use it to stay alive at the end of the battle. But that's a different video for that. So that's what we're doing with this. You can see we got Master Wu. Here's his main ability we're using is his ultimate. It inflicts vulnerable on all foes. That's the main thing. Vulnerable and defense down are the two things we want to inflict on all of our foes at the end here, so we can get our max damage. The next step you're going to do, once you inflict that vulnerable on everybody, and assuming that you got a Redbeard with stacks of enchantment, then you take Garmadon, and he's going to deal with his stomp, his Master of Destruction, the big stomp. He's going to gain attack up, speed up 2, both 2, and critical damage up 2 for 2 turns. On a critical hit, all heroes gain the same buffs as Garmadon. So that's where this vulnerable comes in from Wu. If Wu puts vulnerable on them, and then Garmadon does his stomp, and it'll be a critical hit because it's vulnerable, unless he misses, which does happen. There's a dodge from time to time. Then he's going to give all heroes attack up and critical damage up 2 for 2 turns, and that means he's going to hand it off to Redbeard. So Redbeard's going to have attack up, critical damage up 2. He's going to have stacks of enchantment that are giving him that chance to do the bonus 70% damage. And here is Redbeard's ultimate. This is what we're going to use. Walk the plank. 275% damage to target foe, and that's all we care about. The rest of it, whatever. It's important for Arena and other places. It's not important here. We're just going to see how much damage we can do with this ultimate ability at 275% damage, with attack up 2, with critical damage up 2, with your stacks of enchantment giving bonus damage. And that's it. So if we take you through that's the team, and here we are on, I think it's 3-8. We're on Monolith Waste 3-8. We're going to show you the end of this battle here. This is the third highest output that Nooch got from Redbeard. So you see at the end of the battle, you're starting off with Wu's ultimate. So there you see all the vulnerables and the defense down. So our next move, and there's that counterattack that you don't want because it's burning stacks of enchantment, but we've still got one on there on Redbeard. So now we're looking at Megisto. We want to use his non-attack ability because look, that adds a stack of enchantment. That non-attack ability adds a stack of enchantment. I got it over here to Redbeard. Now, we weren't quite set up with his ultimate yet, so we went in and just did an attack. Now we're going to keep stalling. We're going to do Woo's non-attack ability. It doesn't add a stack of enchantment because it's only if you have one, it adds one. Keep that in mind. Now we're continuing to stall. Here again, there's another counterattack, and you don't want those counterattacks, but we got it there. Now we're on this 3.7, so these guys have a little more health and they can hang on. There we go. Garmadon does his stomp. Now everybody, including Redbeard, has attack up and critical damage up 2, and he's got 2 stacks of enchantment. He might only have 1 right now. So now we're just working up to Redbeard's ultimate. We're going to try and hit the lowest awesomeness hero that's out there. So here we go. Here comes the ultimate. It's over there. We're going to hit the button. We're going to target Spaceman Reed. We're going in, and boom. 32,716. That's what that was. It was 32,716. Go back and pause it. Now, as you're going through and doing this, you're going to be doing a lot of ultimates, and you're not going to hit for that bonus damage all the time. There's a 12,000 hit. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get the offense up because the turns don't quite work out right, or the dodge. You just have to be a little bit patient with it. Try it multiple times. And Nooch will say, let's get this out in the open. It is a shame. It is a shame that Gameloft has Nooch doing something like this for content. Honestly, this shouldn't be a challenge. We should be working on raids. Anyway, so Nooch dropped down here so you can see 1.2. Monolith Waste 1.2. We're going to try and get it on the smallest heroes possible, those 1-star level 8 heroes, to see how much damage we can do. But Gameloft, come on, step it up, guys. We need a raid. We need something that's consistent that we do over and over again that offers challenges. Where Nooch is out there, where we got our GCam gaming, we got our DRC, we got our content creators on YouTube creating content for something that actually is needed in the game to get us better gear, to make us a better guild, to get us better characters. A raid. We need a raid. That is what we need, guys. So here is that 1.2. We got it worked up to the final Redbeard ultimate, and let's see what we get. Our damage is 33,041. That's actually the third highest. That's the third highest. So then once we did that, Nooch actually then dropped down to 1.1 to see what he could get, and we got it wasn't a lot higher, but it was a little bit higher. We're gonna have 2 runs here, and we're gonna show we'll show one of them kind of at the end part when we get to the Magistas and what you're trying to do. So let's talk a little bit about what you're trying to do at the beginning of this, and we're gonna show you a full run here in a minute. At the beginning of this run, what you're doing is you're using these characters' basic abilities through the first round and a half, 2 rounds, because you want to save all of the non-attack abilities for Wu and Magisto, your magical heroes. And you're seeing more that we didn't quite get to where we wanted to be. You want to save those non-attack abilities and those stalls. You want to save Redbeard's steering wheel. I can't remember his cleanse for the end, because you want to be stalling out as much as possible at the end to make sure you can get it set up the best way possible. But again, you can see here, it takes a bunch of tries to get it right, because you just have a lot of things that I guess you can say they can go wrong. It's not really going wrong, nothing's getting hurt, whatever. Okay, so here is our penultimate damage run. So there you see we're stalling with Redbeard's cleanse. We use Master Wu's ultimate, so we're spreading around the vulnerable and the defense down. Then we're going to come in with the Garmadon Stomp. Now we're trying to figure out who to do against. You want to kind of at the end here hit the characters with the most turn meter if possible, because if you've got that counterattack, like near you when we hit, Darwin had the most turn meter. If you have that counterattack sitting there and you've got stacks of enchantment, you might counterattack and start wiping these guys out, and you don't want to wipe them out. You want to keep them around for the end so you can do some damage. I think we're going to hit LeQuay. We're going to hit either Chicken Suit Guy or LeQuay. Yeah, we're going to hit LeQuay on this one. So Wu's about to take out Chicken Suit Guy, and then Redbeard's going to be up. So Nooch was taking it slow, watching the turn meters, making sure he gets it right. And here comes the ultimate. This is the second highest damage output that Nooch got from Redbeard. And our next one is the highest. We'll show you from beginning to end that battle. But let's watch this damage go up. It is 33,000. 33,068. So again, that was about 10% higher than Commander E was doing. Check out his link below to watch his damage. Now let's watch a battle from beginning to end. This is on Monolith Waste 1.1 with the lowest possible heroes. We probably ran this, I don't know, a dozen times and got 3 really great damage outputs at over 33,000. Okay, so we start out the battle with our guys. We're going to be doing basic attacks. We want to save those non-damage attacks for later. So you can see that we take hits. The hits don't matter. We don't care about the damage. We're going to be one-shotting everybody. So we did a basic with Magisto, a basic with Laquay. And you can see we're starting off Redbeard. He's already got a stack of enchantment. That's kind of important. You want to start off with a stack of enchantment because they get a little bit challenging to get down the road. And if you got 1, then you're going to get 2 when they use a non-attack ability. So here we go. We're going in. All right, so here we're going into the last level. We got 5 enemies left. We use Master Wu's heal. That's his non-attack ability. We get another stack of enchantment on Redbeard. And the thing about Wu is he can do those 2 non-attacks in a row, so you can't be as concerned with him to use it. Here we're stalling with Redbeard. We use his cleanse. We use the non-attack ability ultimate with Wu. We're going to spread around that vulnerable and defense down on everybody. We're going to stop with Garmadon. Looks like we're going to go after Darwin again because he's got the most turn meter to get him out of the way, 99.99. Now we use Magisto, a non-attack ability, because we're stalling and just getting it back around to Redbeard to use his ultimate. We wipe out Laquay. Now we're going after Chicken Soup Guy. He's the smallest health guy in there. Here comes the ultimate. We're loaded up. We got 5 stacks of enchantment. We got all the attack up and the critical damage up. The other stuff is nice, but doesn't matter for this. We got all the stacks of enchantment, the attack up, the critical damage up. Here comes Magisto. It's going to be a big hit for 33,080. And there you go. That is the biggest hit Nooch was able to pull off tonight. The challenge is for you guys. Go out there and see if you can find a bigger hit. Again, it's ridiculous that this is what Gameloft has reduced us to doing in the game because we have the All-Star events that come around every few days, but we have to build up teams for them, and there's no real strategy to get around it. Those will be interesting to do. They're kind of a mini raid, honestly. All-Star events are a mini raid, but right now we're left with the Redbeard Damage Challenge. Give your max damage output. Go join Nooch's Discord. Give us a screenshot so we can see how much damage you put out. And while you are doing that, you always need to remember, Nooch too good. Of course you enjoyed laying witness to this video. Subscribe here on Lord Vader. Watch another video over here. Remember, Nooch too good.